Hello, this is Safety Condensate platform. You are very, very much welcome. Now we'll be talking about dry season, hot weather, its health and safety impact. Now, if you are in the tropics or in Africa, there's what we call the dry season. Now, the dry season or hot weather has its health and safety implications. Okay. Now, if you are managing an organization, your workers, your staff, they'll be exposed to all the hazards of hot weather and the health and safety risks associated with it. Now you have the obligation as the CEO, as the MD, or the one in charge of managing such an organization to ensure the protection of the health and safety of your workers and of your staff in that organization. And by extension, every other visitor that comes into your work environment. Let's go. Now, basic health and safety risks associated with hot weather or very severe heat in hot environments such as in the tropics. Now, you have heat stroke, you have illnesses, and you have fire incidents. Once there is heat stroke, once there is illness, once there is fire incident or fire accident, it has its own negative effects on your organization and on your staff or your workers. Once your workers suffer from heat stroke, it will reduce productivity or even downtime in your work environment, which has its own financial or cost implications to you as an organization and can also even lead to some other compensations that you have to pass across to the affected workers. Once there's illness, in the same vein, it has its own financial implications on your organization. Once there's fire incident, it also has its own financial implications to your organization. As an organization, you have a sound health and safety management system to ensure these very risks, health and safety risks, are mitigated or eliminated where possible. Now, some mitigations or mitigating factors you could incorporate in your health and safety management system in tackling the various or the specific health and safety risks associated with hot weather or severe heat. Number one, you have hydration. You should make provisions for water for your staff, your workers in your organization. Ensure and encourage them to be fully hydrated, to take in much water during the hot weather, during the very severe heat season. Okay, ensure your workers, encourage them to take a lot of water while working under the sun, while working, being exposed to severe heat. They need to be fully hydrated so as to reduce the possible risk of heat stroke, heat cramps, and the likes. Ensure you make provisions for lunch or water breaks for your workers or your workmen. Reduced frequency of duration of work activities under the sun is highly, highly needed. You need to reduce the frequency of the duration of work your workers carry out under the sun. You make use of appropriate clothing in hot environment or under the sun. You could make use of light clothing, okay, clothing that will repel a lot of heat and not conserve a lot of heat. Okay, encourage your workers, where possible, make provisions for your workers or your workmen, especially those that will be carrying out specific activities under the sun. Ensure that they are putting on very light clothing or clothing that will reflect a lot of heat from their bodies. Install adequate air conditioning or ventilating systems in the workspace. Ensure good housekeeping where you have a lot of clusters of flammables and combustibles. and possibly having ignition sources littered everywhere. You'll be exposing your work environment and your workers to fire incidents, to the risk of fire incidents. So we need to put in place good housekeeping, ensure those flammables, combustibles, and the ignition sources are clearly demarcated, separated, and properly kept in their safe areas. Ensure fire prevention and protection systems are in place. Thank